This episode, I'm bringing you the stories that you might have missed, the do's and don'ts of navigating NAMM, and where to go when you're done with the convention. All this and the happy spot coming up right now on Almost Fama. Welcome to Almost Fama. I'm your host, Jess Fama, and this show is the Pre-NAMM Special show. But before we get into all of that, do me a small favor, will you? See that little red button in the upper hand corner up there? Go ahead and press it. It's the subscribe button. That'll make sure that you get all the newest content from Almost Fama, and you can check out the past episodes as well. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, let's get this shindig started. Here's some news stories that you might have missed. Wu-Tang Clan member RZA is starring in a PSA from PETA. That's right, and he's asking everyone to be treating animals with respect. He's the latest celebrity to be teaming up with the organization alongside Joaquin Phoenix, Pink, and Taraji P. Henson. But that's not the only newsworthy story from RZA right now. He's actually in the middle of a lawsuit. He's suing the dog walking company Wu-Tang Clan for copyright infringement. The company states, "We walk the illest dogs around in New York City." Former bassist for the Ataris, Michael Davenport, was indicted by federal prosecutors on federal fraud and conspiracy charges related to telemarketing ploy that scammed $27 million from some 100,000 people over 7 years. If convicted, Davenport and Cynthia Rawlinson, a partner in his company American Standard, faced 30 years in prison. The company allegedly placed ads on Craigslist offering details on pre-foreclosed homes for a fee of $199. However, the homes were neither not for sale or in some cases didn't even exist at all. Davenport was arrested at the Bill and Hillary Clinton airport and had the $104,000 in his possession seized, while his bank accounts were simultaneously being seized for the other $850,000 that was there. Thames Valley resident Luke Mitchell tweeted, "Casually driving down the M4 and Andrew WK's new single comes on, the Daniel P. Carter Radio 1 rock show, and now I have a speeding ticket. Totally worth it." He was fined £100 by the police. Andrew WK replied to the tweet offering to pay for the fine. "I'll direct message you now to get your information. Let me do this for you," he asked. Mitchell turned down the offer, instead asking Andrew to please donate the money to a local charity. WK invited him to an upcoming concert so that they could party together. As a side note, the Thames Valley Police tweeted back saying, "You may want fun and to party hard, but we want you to be safe. Drive safely, dudes, and party on responsibly." Former Black Label Society guitarist Nick Cantonese pleads guilty to charges of sending sexually explicit messages to a 14-year-old girl, to unlawful contact, corruption of minors, and endangering the welfare of children. Cantonese was an instructor to the girl at the School of Rock in Shannon, Pennsylvania. The victim told officers he sent her pictures of his genitals and asked her for similar photos in return. He also described a number of lewd and sexual acts to her. He was ordered 5 years probation, was added to the register of Megan's Law offenders for 25 years, and was told to avoid contact with minors and using the internet-capable devices. I personally think that he deserves a lot worse. Feld Entertainment, owner of the Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus, filed a lawsuit against Kid Rock after Rock named his new U.S. run the Greatest Show on Earth Tour. The name has now been changed to the American Rock and Roll Tour. Kid Rock stated, "While I firmly believe that I am entitled under the First Amendment to name my tour after my song, I have changed the tour name because I do not want this lawsuit to distract me or my fans from focusing on what is important in my upcoming tour, my music." However, Feld is seeking damages and legal fees and rebuttal against Rock because he is still infringing on copyright by intending to sell merchandise using the phrase. Okay, the week is here, the week that we're all gearing up for all year long. It's the National Association of Music Merchants trade show, or as most of you know it, NAMM. That's right, NAMM Week is here. It's the not-for-profit association that promotes the pleasure and benefits of making music. You'll meet new people, you'll hang out with old friends that you haven't seen all year, you'll see live shows around every corner, you'll get all your crap signed by all of your favorite artists. But it's really easy to get distracted by all the hustle and bustle that is NAMM, and it can easily send you into a downward spiral of hectic craziness. So here are a few do's and don'ts to follow if you want to make it out of NAMM alive. Okay guys, here it is. Do go to the NAMM website, namm.org, and check out their schedule. They even have this really cool online calendar that syncs up with your smartphone, so when you pick an area that you want to go to, it'll schedule it for you and send you a reminder. How cool is that? Don't try to wing it. I promise you're going to forget that one important thing that you went to NAMM for to begin with if you don't write it down somewhere. Make sure you keep a schedule. Do schedule appointments with the vendors that you want to see and talk to. Maybe about that sponsorship, maybe about an upcoming show. Who knows? The possibilities are endless when it comes to NAMM. But don't just expect to go to a booth and speak to someone right away. They're making appointments for a reason. So if you're sitting around waiting for someone, don't get mad about it. Do wear comfortable shoes. I can't tell you how much this is so important for you. If you're gonna make it through NAMM, you need to be able to walk around comfortably all day long. Yes, all day long. Last year, in one day alone, I tracked 13 miles. Yeah, one day at the convention. So make sure that you're comfortable. Don't be that girls in heels complaining 1 hour in because your feet hurt. Do bring a camera or a recorder because you never know who you're gonna see there. Also, there are so many cool live shows happening around every corner, so you don't want to miss capturing those moments too. Don't be that jerk who just throws a camera in an artist's face and expects them to want to take a picture with you. Ask first, you guys. It's common courtesy. Remember, they're not there just for your entertainment. They're working too. Do hydrate, and eat. Fuel your body. Be ready. It's a long day. Water, H2O, drink it, okay? Bring some little snacks. They allow you to bring those into the convention. They allow you to bring water bottles in, so there's no reason that you shouldn't be. And don't expect anything to be cheap at NAMM. If you want a simple bottle of water, guess what? It's probably gonna cost you $10. Oh, you're craving a beer? Think about dishing out 20. Nothing's cheap, so don't get mad when you have to spend it. Do take a break when you're feeling tired. Head on over to Hall D to take advantage of a kind of quiet space, but most importantly, the really comfortable beanbag chairs. It feels nice to go there and just kick your feet up for a second. Don't be the person that they rush out on a stretcher due to dehydration or fatigue. No one wants to be that guy. And last but certainly not least, do play your instruments respectfully and tastefully. They have people who come around checking all of the booths to make sure that the noise level is kept where it's supposed to be. And if you're too loud, you're done. Don't be that guy who's playing Stairway and hogging the amps or the instruments to use the entire time. And then you're playing it too loud so that no one else around you can hear what the hell they're doing. Come on, don't be that guy. And I guess last but not least, do bring earplugs. I promise it'll help. Okay, you guys, it's time for my new segment, The Happy Spot. That's right, it's Almost Famous 60 Seconds of Happiness, where I hit your happy spot with a dose of good news from around the nation. All right, California, this one's kind of specifically for you. Have marijuana-related felony? Well, listen up and be extra happy. Thanks to the groundbreaking legislation that went into full effect on January 1st, over 1 million California residents can have their past weed-affiliated felonies reduced or totally expunged. Yeah, you heard me right. Totally expunged. In November 2016, Proposition 64, which was passed to legalize the recreational use of marijuana for California residents aged 21 or older. Since the legislation was approved, thousands of state residents have already had their marijuana felonies reduced to misdemeanors. The Drug Policy Alliance estimates that there have been at least 500,000 arrests for marijuana-related incidents over the course of the last 10 years in California alone. Not having felonies on their criminal records means that people can vote and apply for loans and licenses. Prop 64 also means that you won't have to say that you were convicted of a felony when applying for a job. The legislation has also spared thousands from having to endure jail time or probation. Well, California, I hope I hit you right in your happy spot with that story. All right, the NAMM convention ends at 6 each night, but that's when the real parties start to happen. Of course, you can just go to the neighboring hotels, go party in a room, mingle with all new people or old friends that you know. But if you're looking for something a lot more fun, I got the scoop for you. Here's the best of the best happening at NAMM after the shop closes for the night. All right, so for Thursday night, we have a Throw the Goat album release party at the Doll Hut with food truck, vendors, and tons of bands on 2 stages. Starts at 6, it's 21 plus, and hey, it's free. Also on Thursday, don't miss at the Observatory the annual Dime Bash, featuring an all-star lineup with members from Pantera, Alice Cooper, King's X, Rob Zombie, and more. It's all ages, it costs $33, and it kicks off at 6 p.m. And on Friday night, after the convention closes, head on over to the Juke Joint for the annual Indie NAMM Schecter Party. It's featuring Interloper, Void Vader, Caustic, and Media Solution. It's 21 plus, it starts at 7, and it's free if you have a NAMM badge and only $10 if you don't. Also happening on Friday night, it's the 6th annual She-Rock Awards, celebrating leading women in the music industry. That's at the House of Blues, and it starts at 6:30 p.m. And on Saturday night, after the convention ends, you can head on over to the NAMM after party at the Juke Joint, featuring the Rockets, Reno Divorce, On Off, and many others to be announced really soon. It's free if you have your NAMM badge. It's 21 plus, $10 if you don't have your NAMM badge, and it starts at 8 p.m. And a very special edition of Ultimate Jam Night at NAMM is being held at the Hilton. It's free, it's all ages, and it's gonna have an all-star lineup. And if you haven't seen it at the Whiskey A Go-Go on Tuesday nights, well, you're in for a real treat. And yes, you heard me correctly, it's right at the Hilton. So all you have to do is walk out the NAMM door to Convention Center and walk right over to the Hilton. It's super easy, it's right there, and you're gonna have a fun time. All right, for all other events, please go to my rock report on almostfama.com. And if you want to catch me on all my other shenanigans, you can follow me on Instagram at JessFama or on Facebook at AlmostFama. I really appreciate you guys watching, and if you haven't done so already, the button that looks like this, the subscribe button, just press it. Press it on this YouTube channel. Go right ahead. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate you guys for watching. Until next time, please pass along the happiness, and I'll be seeing you at NAMM.